Just because winter's here doesn't mean the adventures have to stop. That's where fat tire e-bikes come in handy. And this is a Lacros Cyclone, a winter-ready e-bike that offers a comfortable ride. To learn more about the Cyclone, continue watching. Let's talk about what the Cyclone has to offer. I'm also wearing the closest thing I have, color matching. This is a nice, bright, vibrant orange. I know it doesn't really do it justice on camera with the bright conditions around it with the snow, but the color itself is really striking. Great looking bike. But what does the bike have to offer? Well, for starters, it has a top side removable, which I absolutely love, top side removable batteries. This is a Samsung 48 volt 20 amp hour battery. It powers a rear 750 watt hub motor that peaks out at 1400 watts. This is a class 2 e-bike, but it can be unlocked to class 3, which makes it capable of going up to 28 miles per hour. Aside from that, this does weigh in at 82 pounds. So moderate weight. Obviously it's step through design, really easy to get on and off as I just kicked it. But normally when you're not making a video, it is easy to get on and off. So whether you're shorter or have leg issues or mobility issues, this will be an easier bike to get on rather than a step over, which you could still do with this bike as well. It does have front and rear suspension. So that combined with the 20 by 4 inch wide fat tires makes it a really comfortable ride. Whether you're a larger individual or you want to carry some cargo in the back, has a 400 pound payload capacity. We already know it does go up to 28 miles an hour. Estimated range is 60 to 90 miles. Now 60 would be with throttle, 90 with pedaling. But of course that is dependent on the rider's size, how much pedaling you're doing, the pedal assist mode, the terrain, so on and so forth. Realistically, I would guesstimate probably between 40 to 70 miles, but results may vary. And when you are going up to speeds of 20 to 28 miles an hour, you want to have good stopping power. So this does have front and rear hydraulic disc brakes, but there's more to check out. So come on over. So coming over here on the handlebars, we do have grips with some stitching right there, just for some added styling. They are unlockable if you want to remove them, change them out. Do have a simple 3-button design right here. So plus and minus, up and down is going to be your pedal assist modes, and M is going to be your power button and mode button, plus 1 or 2 other features, which I'll get to in a second. It doesn't have an electronic horn, but it has a mechanical bell, which is perfectly suitable. A lot of landscape space if you want to mount a phone holder, an extra light, speaker, so on and so forth. Displays right in front of you. The handlebars themselves are adjustable. You can adjust the height a little bit and the roll of the handlebars, so they are a little bit adjustable depending on your needs. Coming over here to the right hand side, 7-speed Shimano system and a half twist throttle if you just want to cruise around like that. So to power the bike on, we're going to come over here, long press the M button. So right there, not a color display, but perfectly readable in bright or dim conditions. So you have your energy bar, which is your battery, speed, pedal assist, which is 1 through 5. 5 is 0 power. Has odometer, but if you do hit M to cycle through, you could do trip, voltage, current, time the bike's been on, and back. Now, if you do long press the plus button, the up button, that's going to turn on your headlight. So we do have a headlight and a working tail light / brake light. So great to see that on here. As we do come around though to the front, decent cable management. Everything's easily accessible right here. Right there is the headlight. It is decently bright, 4 LEDs in there. This shows pretty good for the size of it. Does have a quick release front axle here, so you could just unscrew that, pop the wheel off in a matter of seconds with no tools required. Here's your key port for unlocking the battery. So we unlock it, you just pop this right here and the battery comes right out. And the other side of it is your charging port right there. So if you want to charge the battery while it's in the bike, just remove that flap. Rear suspension, which definitely aids in a really comfortable ride. And as I said too, the color is gorgeous. Front and rear fenders, rear cargo rack, so you can put some weight on there, saddlebags, milk crate, whatever you wish. And the tires are, I'd say, better than average. They actually have some decent grip on them, which is doing really well for these wintertime conditions. Coming over here to the seat I will say is a bit lackluster. It's plenty wide, but there's not much to it as far as thickness. So I'm going to give this seat a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I've sat on worse. I've sat on much better. If you're going to be riding this bike for longer distances, I think a seat upgrade would be suitable. But beyond that, it is a really simple, ready to ride bike, good for nearly most conditions, whether it's warm out, cold out, dry, snowy, wet. This can handle most conditions, and it's going to handle it in the most comfortable way that you could probably imagine. Like every other e-bike out there, they do come with some flaws. So after riding this for a few times, I did come up with some pros and cons, which I'll share with you a little bit later on. These are things that stood out to me, which I feel should be shared on to you. But how's the bike ride? How does it control, especially in wintertime, snowy conditions? Well, let's take a ride and find out. Now, based on these conditions, we definitely can't do any high speed or top speed runs. So with the bike on the kickstand, pedal assist 5, just to show you, it will go up to 28 miles an hour. Here we go. I'm gonna do a combination of pedaling and throttle. Right now I have it in pedal assist 1. And as you can see, we're making it pretty well. A little bumpy, obviously. The snow is a little bit hard. There's some rocks underneath it. But I have to say, the seating position on this is fantastic. If you like to sit upright, have everything at your fingertips, clear visibility of your display, this bike offers it. Also forgot to mention too, this does have a cadence sensor. So not my favorite feature of a bike, but a lot of bikes do have cadence sensors. Some of the newer ones I've reviewed have the option to switch between cadence and torque. So just keep in mind, this is a cadence sensor, which means as soon as you start moving the pedals, the motor is going to give you instant output. Now, I definitely wouldn't recommend taking this through deep snow. I say a couple inches, especially like fluffy snow, shouldn't be a problem. For anything deeper, just slid out there, anything deeper, you would need probably a dual motor bike. And we are near an airport, so that's why you hear an airplane flying directly over me. Now, even though I am sliding out a little bit, which is to be expected, you wouldn't be able to do this on a traditional bike or a bike with skinny tires. This is where fat tires do excel in sand, snow, and mud. You're capable of doing a lot more, going a lot more places than you could with a normal bike or narrow tires. Now, braking power I could demonstrate, but we're going to slide in the snow, so it's not going to make a whole lot of difference. Well, actually, we stopped pretty good. So, brakes, good grip on the tires, works impressively well, especially on snowy conditions like this. Now, if you are someone who maybe goes hunting or likes going on possibly snowmobile trails that allow e-bikes, some trails do allow that, this would be a good bike for that. As long as the snow is not too deep and you don't have any real steep hills, you're going to be able to go most places with this. Now, this motor, as I mentioned, does peak out at 1400 watts, so you do have good power when needed. This is not going to be an incredible hill climber though, but like with anything, if you get some momentum going and you're pedaling, you should be able to climb most hills wherever you are. Pretty fun to be doing this right now, middle of December, to go for an e-bike adventure. The bike's ready, you just need to be ready. So obviously, dressing appropriately makes a world of difference. I learned that the hard way a couple years ago. So we got a little bit of a hill here, a slight grade. We'll see if we could climb it or if we'll lose traction. Oh, and I just spun out there. That was my own fault, not the bike's. And yeah, we're doing okay. Real world testing just shows you with the good comes the bad. Yeah, a little squirrely here. It's icy underneath the snow. Now, when you come through snow like this, it's actually not packed down. It does much better. So I'm not getting stuck in the tracks. I'm able to make my own. So this untouched snow, except for some footprints, I have a lot more control. Oh yeah, this is a breeze now. Let's see if we could take a detour down here. A little bit of untouched snow. Bike's really quiet too. Hardly any noise from the motor. Now I can tell you this bike won't be good for like heavy off-road use. So you're not gonna be taking this out jumps, not gonna be going through mud bogs, not gonna be doing things that this is not meant to do. But as far as like everyday trail use, rail trails, packed down crushed trails of stone, lightly snow trails like this, obviously commuter use, perfectly acceptable. Even grass, this wouldn't be an issue. Yeah, these tires are working really well. Going throttle only is a lot easier because, like I said, with cadence, you get full power. With the throttle, I can control the power output. And although it's not sunny out, the display is crystal clear. Everything is perfectly clear and legible. Big numbers on it too. It would be nice to have a battery percentage to know how much you have left compared to a meter bar, but that's just me nitpicking. Open up a little bit here maybe. Yeah, we're getting up to almost 15 in the snow here. Not terrible. A little dicey doing that, but if need be, you could do it. It's been a while since I did any type of winter type snowy e-bike adventure, and I forgot how much fun it is. I'm actually having a blast out here doing this. Able to kind of slide around, skid around, do some donuts. Heck of a lot of fun. So after riding it, we know it's definitely capable of snowy conditions. I learned the hard way though, avoid the ATV tracks, make your own tracks, you have a lot more control, and I definitely did. As mentioned though, this is gonna be capable for most conditions, not all. Mostly not heavy off-road use, but for trail riding, street, gravel, rocks, snow, some thinner sand, most likely this bike's gonna be able to handle it. And on top of that, not only is it gonna be able to handle it, it's gonna be able to handle it while you're comfortable riding it as well. As mentioned though, there are a couple pros and cons I did come up with, and these are just my opinion, things I noticed which I felt I should share with you. So we're gonna get the cons out of the way first. Number one, the most important one, which I'm gonna make sure there is none so I'm not incorrect. As far as I know, there's no USB charging port. That's been my biggest gripe since I started reviewing e-bikes, is that all e-bikes should have a USB port. People want to mount their phones or have it in their pocket and listen to music, use GPS, so on and so forth. You want to be able to charge your phone, especially for longer distance rides. I know I do. Many other people do as well, so we'd love to see a USB port on this in the future. The second thing, which I mentioned already, the seat. I'm not a huge fan of the seat. I mean, it's a seat, it's functional, but for me, I would rather something a little bit thicker, a little bit more cushion to it, but for some people, it may be perfectly fine. For the pros though, it's what I talked about already, but just to kind of reiterate is that this is a really comfortable ride. The front and rear suspension combined with the fat tires, it's like riding on a cloud. I mean, I've ridden some comfortable bikes. This is up there with some of the best comfort levels I've had on e-bikes. The fact that you could adjust the handlebars a little bit up and down and roll them in or out, and it's step through, so it's super easy to get on and off. Even if you do have like a crate on back or some cargo, this is gonna be a super easy bike to operate and to handle and comfortable. It's nothing else I can say except it's really, really comfortable. Absolutely love the way they designed this as far as the functionality, the ease of use. What am I trying to say? Works together, flows together as it should. It shouldn't be complicated, and this one is not. And yes, other e-bikes can handle the snow, but it does come down to a few specific things. Fat tires are a must, whether they're 3 or 4 inch fat tires or 20 or 26 inch tires, but also having throttle control. That gives you full control over the bike. some e-bikes out there are pedal assist only. And if you were trying to do that or ride that bike in these conditions, you won't have as much control. So that's why this bike, as well as others similar to this, are ready for wintertime adventures. Now, as far as I know, this is available in 1 or 2 other colors, but the website will be listed down below. You can see the colors, additional details, and see the latest pricing on this bike, as the prices do fluctuate according to the market. I also will provide my e-bike playlist if you want to compare this to other e-bikes out there. But special thanks to Lacros for reaching out to me and allowing me to share the Cyclone with all of you. I absolutely had a blast making this video. I was laughing, smiling the whole entire time. And as long as I was dressed for the conditions, which I am, I'm a happy rider today. So thanks so much for watching, safe riding, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.